Welcome back, guys. American Trucking Simulator. We're going to go grab a load and make our way to Colorado Springs. Because why not? From Eugene, Oregon, clear to Colorado Springs. That's going to be one fantastic drive. How far is this load we got to pick up? What? Oh, it's not that far. It's just down the road. A couple little highway interchanges. Bobtail our way over there. Ah, this thing does not turn when it's going at a decent speed. How much damage did I just do? No damage. Well, that's good. I'm happy that I didn't get any damage. Stay right and exit right. $19 to our destination. And of course, we're in Oregon, so our speed is limited to 55. Because, apparently trucks need to go slower so they can stop faster. That's the whole idea behind that law. If you're ever in California or one of those and you see those little signs that say truck speed limit such and such, the whole idea behind that speed limit is just so the vehicles can stop faster. That's basically it. They're not moving as fast so they can stop quicker. It really has nothing to do with saving fuel, any of that kind of stuff. It's just safety. It's all safety related to slow the vehicles down and be able to stop. I never understood it until I moved to California and took the driver's handbook or driver's test out there in California. That's what it said in the handbook. Of course, that's what the government wants to tell people. Running red lights perfectly fine, especially this time of night. I mean, it's 2:42 a.m. Who's out driving around an industrial area? All right, so take this load. Go to Colorado Springs. We could go to Cayenne, Wyoming. I know it's Cheyenne, but I like calling it Cayenne. I've called it Cayenne my whole life. All right, let's go get our load. It is over here. Huh. What is our load? Home accessories. Propane and propane accessories. Okay, we have to be there at Monday. It's Saturday. Oh, we got grundles of time. It's been a while since I've been to Colorado Springs. Nobody coming. Oh, somebody coming here. Nah, it will be fine. Crank it, crank it, crank it, crank it, crank it. All right. Get ready to turn right now. Eep. Why is he going so slow? Because he's stopping for the light. Okay. He's going to get us on the highway, I guess. Yeah. Hurry up and wait. Hurry up and wait. We're gonna take the 5 to the 85 and take the 5 down to the 15. Ugh. I don't think they've made the brake lights bright enough in this game, because I just do not see it when they engage their brake lights. And it's raining. Figure out what button was for the wiper blades. That's okay. Don't have rain if you're in this position. Delta Highway to Beltline Highway. $55. I can't drive. Yep, typical Portland. It's gotta rain. It's always raining here. Pacific Northwest, where it rains 487 days out of the year. But there's only 365 days in a year. Exactly, it rains that much. I need this exit. I just about missed my exit because I'm not paying attention. Sorry, I was really thinking about doing some Kerbal, but kind of thought, I want something a little more relaxing, not going to stress me out. And right now, Kerbal's going to kind of stress me out because we're in a situation with the probe, and I wasn't really wanting to stress out about it tonight. I just want something that's mindless and I can just drive and ramble on about life and, normal stuff. Then we can crank it up to 60. I really need to get my controller set up so I can drive this thing better. Because I think using a keyboard's part of the problem why this thing doesn't drive very well. Oh, looks like we gotta do a change here. Exit left, huh? Oh, we're going back this way, huh? So we're gonna go back through Bend, Oregon, down through like the western part of. Heck yeah, I guess we could do convoy time, but I haven't set up a convoy, but we could do a convoy. I'm heading to Colorado, so. Um, Colorado Springs, I think. Yeah, Colorado Springs. I can stop and you can pick up the same load. Wasn't far from where we dropped off yesterday. I don't know how it's going to change the situation, but you want me to jump on Discord? Alright, let me pull over. Alright, I'm in the Discord call.
Alright.
Let me see if I can start a convoy. Please note the game experience okay, blah 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 blah, okay. Advanced field tours. Only sessions you can join. Sessions with. Oh wait, I want to host. What am I doing here? No, I want to host a convoy.
Yeah.
There we go. Big that's 4 people. 15 friends only. Confirm. All right, convoy's created.
Hey, you streaming?
I'm streaming. Watch your language. Do you want me to wait here until you can jump in on that convoy and catch up, or you want me to just go?
Just go, and I'll meet you in Colorado.
All right.
No, I just passed the cop doing 25 over.
Well, why'd you do something silly like that?
Oh, you're going to Colorado. I can't go into Colorado. So
I said Colorado Springs.
No. I don't have that one, man.
I give them all the information and they completely ignore me. These are the kind of friends I have.
I mean, sometimes I just find your voice to be background noise.
It doesn't surprise me. My wife said the same thing to me the other night. Actually, it was more along the lines of, "Oh, you're still here?"
And then you hear a hushed whisper, not from a lack of trying.
I said, "Only because you haven't smothered me in my sleep." Yeah, I'll just keep it at 55. If you want to speed and catch up, you can.
No, that ended really badly last time.
Well, you can't take the load anyway because you don't have Colorado.
Exactly.
Why don't you snag something in like Vernal or something around there, and then I'll see if I can grab something from Colorado Springs to Vernal. Or just anything in Utah, and we can try and match it up.
I can go Ogden.
I mean, that's in Utah, right? And
And it pays at 23.
I'm
so
a-
it's not bad.
That charge is about to become tin cans in a second.
I'll love peanut butter sandwiches.
Yeah, I'll take that one to Ogden. It pays 26. So.
Yeah, take it. Is Ogden the only thing you had for Utah?
No, I have Provo, but it's only 9,000. What else did Utah wise?
See, because I could probably get something from Colorado Springs.
Phoenix, Arizona, if you want to run.
You know what? That may not be such a bad idea. I could probably get something from Colorado Springs into Phoenix.
Okay.
So why don't we do that?
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, just find something around the Colorado area.
Well, I'm trying, dude. I'm trying. Really.
I know. I'm just saying. I was in my map and didn't bother to watch these construction traffic lights, so I was holding up traffic.
I've already lost $4,000 during this job, and it only pays $2,000.
Well, stop hitting things.
I didn't. Both of them were speeding penalties because my only reason for doing a job of this low caliber is to get into Los Angeles to find the Kensworth dealership.
There's more dealerships around the California area than just the ones in LA.
He wants one in Kenworth, and that's because he wants to go to the Kenworth dealership. You're free roaming. You should be able to just go there.
I
And
don't own a truck.
that's right. You have to find it, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could always go in and just show it on your map. You know how to
By the
do that?
way, I got a different truck that is shorty.
You got a little fella?
I got a little fella. Last time I just couldn't keep up with you, so I figured,
No, actually, we were pretty well matched. I mean, like I said, it's only a 4,000-pound difference. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
we talked about it last time too.
Yeah.
You know, have a cutie and a
yeah, having your showcase truck and then having your work truck, yeah.
yeah. And then I have my fleet truck.
Sorry, I had to pull my Twitch chat to the front so I could see what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, this run is like, I think 1,300 miles is what it equated out to be, or something like that. So it's like a
My my work truck still looks spiffy, you know.
I wonder what would happen if I turned my controller on right now.
I don't know.
Probably won't connect.
Probably not.
Oh,
Maybe. I'd be given the red light to get one of those things for me. Actually, we're going to get a pink one for little little miss, and then get a
ooh.
get me.
That's smoother. We're gonna try it here with this controller.
See if we get the choppiness that we had the other night.
Well, I'll still have the choppiness, but I can steer better with the controller. The controller is a little more smooth because it's more dynamic, right? I mean, my keyboard is a either always on or always off keyboard, so
Yeah, I know that's my issue.
I'm getting force feedback in the controller. That's pretty cool.
Mhm.
Gas and brake. I wonder which one of these is my cruise control. Ruh-roh.
For Xbox, it's the X button.
X is the cruise control.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Up is your camera, left is your headlight, right is forgot what right does.
What's my turn signal?
Right and left bumper.
Okay, this is getting a little annoying. I've hit so far every light down this road.
Oh, I like how smooth the brake is on this thing.
They don't make the Los Angeles consistency with heat.
Sure they do. You just gotta know what you're looking for.
Good night. Yay! Went through it on the yellow. Whoa! I almost got out. 70 and a 35 don't mix very well.
What?
The B button is to reset your camera, by the way.
The B button?
Yeah.
Is that like the bebop? Well, this thing has a nice throttle when you're not pulling anything.
Yeah, it gets up and scoots good when you're not pulling, right?
Yeah, exactly.
What's to cycle through camera?
Up.
Ah.
That's not where I want.
Up, down, left, right. Okay, I think we just converted him to a controller for this game.
I've been trying to learn more about controllers. I've never been much of a fan, but
Yeah, neither
I
have
I
I.
know there's certain games that play a lot better with controllers than
Driving tends to be a little better with
yeah,
controllers.
it is a lot more responsive.
Really? I just took off from the red light and he gave me a speeding ticket. Didn't even get through the intersection and gave me a speeding ticket.
Yep.
Man. This thing has definitely good takeoff.
That's a stoplight. Oh dear. So that's what I get for doing 55 through here, huh?
Ooh, that pays more. Why didn't I see that before?
Because you weren't paying attention.
This one goes to Tuckermunkara for 34.
What? Goes where?
Tucumcari? Tucumcari. It's in New Mexico.
Ah. So it's one of the Indian names.
I hate when I accidentally turn my truck off.
I hate it when the engine goes. I'm no running anymore because I broke ye.
Yep.
I haven't had that issue, but I go to hit my horn and I end up turning my engine off.
You should be able to remap the buttons on the controller somehow.
Well, the horn is pushing down on the left analog stick. Turning your engine off is pushing down on the right analog stick. So my dyslexia kind of confused.
So basically, you're still learning your left and your right. How's that?
Yes.
Isn't that what dyslexia is, though?
Sometimes
Not really.
I can feel the rumble strip in the controller.
Yeah, the vibration motors makes it nice.
Still can't get over that whistle stop gas station here.
Oh, you're passing that thing again?
Yeah, it's taking me back the same way that we came in, going through Burns, Idaho, and all that sort of stuff.
Uh,
I need to adjust the mirrors that are on my front fenders. Those things are pointing like right at my eyeballs. We got ourselves a convoy. Whoa, hey. Got a little punch drunk with the controller stick. This is taking way more concentration than I thought it would.
For the controller, or
Yeah? I'm used to a keyboard and mouse, man, just punching buttons. This here's actually requiring me to think about how much pressure I'm putting on the stick. Because if I go hog wild, man, this thing will flip right over.
must be a light load. Because it's like I'm just hitting throttle and I got hit with another speeding ticket loaded, man. I'm like, holy crap.
Well, what is your, what does it say the load is?
Let me figure that out.
4,000 pounds or
Office.
40,000 pounds?
Yeah, about 40,000 pounds. It's office supplies.
Yeah. It's about what I'm
That's
hauling.
like nothing. That's like nothing for this truck. Cause I've already upgraded this brick when I picked it up. So
Yeah, because I think mine is like 4,100 or 41,000.
yeah, I've got to watch my speed through here because I guess Los Angeles has a lot of police officers in it.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Um, the California Highway Patrol is one of the nation's biggest police forces in the country.
Yeah, but it doesn't have to be in this game, man.
Hey, you were the one who wanted realism.
Let's go through that yellow light. Where are
Stay
you
left,
taking me?
then turn left.
Why aren't you getting me on this freeway here?
Because you wish it.
I know. Take me all the way down
Turn
here
left.
instead. At 30 miles an hour down this road. Really?
Here we go.
Go straight.
Guess I probably ought to adhere to the 25-mile-an-hour speed limit inside the city limits, huh? Just for the sake of argument.
Stay right.
Up to 45, up to 50.
I thought they had a cab over in this game, by the way.
No, yeah, they do, but it's a mod. Yeah, or a DLC.
Yay, I can bypass the way station.
Yeah, you have to buy it. You have to buy all the cab over.
You might be able to find a cab over in the workshop.
Maybe. But what you want is you want the single cab. You don't want the sleeper if you're going to use it as a work truck. Devin's been looking online and says that will pull more and do more than what the sleepers do.
Go
So
straight.
The day cabs do more of the heavy hauling than the sleepers.
Yeah.
Or I guess I shouldn't say they do more of it. In this game, they're better configured for the heavy hauling than the sleepers. So, I mean, you could definitely haul heavy loads, but you know how that's gonna go, right?
well, me and Devin yesterday was running the exact same load, and I was 4,000 pounds heavier with a sleeper on than he was. So he could outpull me on the hill.
And there's no point to have a sleeper on the truck right now because you can't just stop somewhere and use it.
Exactly. The only benefit that I saw with it is I got a 300-gallon tank where you only could have a 200-gallon tank. But you're going to have to stop and sleep anyway, so there's not really benefit because you can only go 14 hours. the tanks really don't do very much. I put my show truck with a driver on it, so driver can just go in.
Yeah, you may as well make money on it. I mean, even if it's not your main truck, you could still make money on it and let someone run it, right?
Yeah, I need to do that next time I do the, you know.
Ooh, this is a really sharp turn. Yeah, I probably ought to slow down for this.
I'm running the speed limit in Los Angeles or out in California, and my truck is just it'll throttle up and then it just sit there and cruise. Throttle up a little bit, sit there and cruise. Just before with the other trucks, it's like I was always on the throttle trying to get it to.
I'm always on the throttle regardless.
Well, you do 90 and 100 and 80.
I have started to utilize the cruise control a lot more in this game. Keeps me out of a lot of trouble.
A lot of those $5,000 speeding tickets.
Yep.
So Ginger, are you back to LA yet?
Oh yeah, I'm about to. I discovered the Kinsworth dealership, and I'm about to drop off this load that I have.
Cool.
You do know that they have quick travel in this game, right?
Only if you've discovered the place, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, he never discovered.
You haven't discovered LA yet?
No.
No,
Yeah.
I had nothing when I started this game. A lot of my loads have been taking harvesters and fracking tanks out to Redding.
Oh, so you've all been up in Northern California, okay.
Yeah.
Really? FPS Astro just donated $100? Oh, okay.
What?
Well, I wasn't even sure if my donation system was working, so.
Well, thank you. Even buy another couple gallons of Dr. Pepper.
Probably. With the going rate of it.
You know, if you like Cheerwine, it would be a really good time to stock up on it, because Food Lion's currently selling it for 4 2-liters for $5.
4 2-liters for $5?
Yeah.
We may have to do that just so Kel has some. Kel loves that stuff.
Oh yeah.
My wife says there is a Food Lion down here, but I yet to have seen it. So
Type it into your Google Maps.
yeah, I figured I could do that, but then I'd have to care.
I think FPS Astro should follow my page.
Yeah, brakes.
Don't break your truck.
Get ready to turn
I
left.
haven't bought it yet.
Well, you said, ah, brakes.
Yeah, I almost ran into the wall after backing, trying to back this load in.
I can do that. I hook up and then forget it that it's in reverse and have to put it in, since I do have the true transmission on it, true automatic. Forget to put it in forward and I start going back when I'm hitting the dock. I'm like, ah, crap.
So Don, you said you have a controller, right?
It would be Ann's, yes.
You should
But
try it. Because I am having much better braking and acceleration with the controller.
Nice. Yeah, I'll try it. But I can't get it out of her little hands until I get her different. So. You know what? As soon as you get a truck, you need to be in a convoy situation with us, Ginger.
Yeah, we'd
I'm about to borrow
Then
some
turn
money
left.
from the bank 'cause I have 104,000 and the base skin's worth is 110.
we'd be locked to
Turn right.
pretty much just California because all you have is California, right?
I have Nevada, Arizona, and Cali.
Oh, that's not too bad.
No, that's not bad. That's the base game.
Stay left, and then turn left. Turn left.
Don't want to add anything to this truck.
Summer sale's over with now, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. It's only for 2 weeks.
So I grabbed those just the right time.
Yeah, they have another sale coming up. Their fall spectacular kicks off in I think October.
I may have to save up a few dollars for the last two states for this.
This is supposed to be a metal station. Why am I getting like 2001 Space Odyssey?
They're building something.
I don't know.
I know it's a completely random question. It's radio in the game, and it's
Yeah.
heavy metal and hard rock, and it just sounds. It sounds like Interstellar or 2001 Space Odyssey. It's just that you see an astronaut floating in space, so you get this soft string orchestra. It's like this isn't hard rock or metal.
I say you sue.
Can't you stream your own music in it?
You can you can add your music file and just listen to your own music.
You have to edit the that's what it says. You gotta edit the music file.
I mean that's easy to do.
Yeah, I just have a player on the background that I usually play, but I don't when I'm talking to you guys. So.
Yeah, I usually don't ride with the music anyway because reasons.
Stay right, and then turn right.
Do you want the Caterpillar C15 or the Packard MK13?
You want the W900?
Turn right.
I don't have that.
In the Kensworth?
Yeah, I don't have that one unlocked yet.
Ooh.
Yeah. I mean, the max engine I have unlocked is the Packard MK13 455.
Nice.
455 horsepower, 1650 foot-pound of torque, 900 RPM.
You want more torque will help with the Oaks. I can tell you that. Even in the game, the bar is just a little bigger with more torque, but you want to make sure that you have that
Winnemucca.
horsepower on you too.
There is... Okay, so the only difference between the Caterpillar and the Packard is the Packard makes 20 more horsepower.
Good
But
pack.
makes...
But-
makes the exact same torque.
Oh, exact same torque with more horsepower.
Yeah, and the Caterpillar needs 1200 RPM to reach the 1650 foot-pound torque, where the Packard only needs 900 RPM.
Get the Packard.
Yeah, the Packard's gonna give you better gas mileage because you're idling slower. So it's worth that additional. Even though the specs are pretty close, mileage-wise, you're gonna get better gas mileage because it'll idle. The RPMs will be lower, right?
What you're going to make sure you grab a different transmission too.
Yeah, I just
Because-
put on a Eaton Ultra Shift, a 13-speed with a retarder.
Okay,
3.5.
that's
That's a good one to start out with.
Yeah, since you don't have the 18 speed yet, so.
Whoa, hey, there's a bus there.
speed on that.
Got to get this thing up to 70.
I'm gaining speed, climbing a hill.
Well, that's good. That's what you want.
Stay left.
Of course, this is a lightweight load, only half of what we usually run. So
Da, 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 da. Gotta make a lane change because this tanker's in my way. Broadway Avenue in Boise. Sorry, go ahead.
I know I put that Allison 18 speed
I
on my.
don't know what just happened.
Blame it on the rain that's falling.
Something bad just happened and I don't know what it was. Oh, I guess apparently either I hit a truck or a truck hit me. There, we'll push him out of the way.
200 miles into my trip.
Ah, wrong button.
How much damage did I get? %. Sons of biscuits. 3% to the load, 9% trailer damage. Yeah, that truck came over into my lane.
Semi or regular truck?
Semi truck.
I hate it when the AI just kind of.
I was in the left lane and it decided, you know what? I want that lane.
Yeah.
Pushed me right into the cement barrier.
Yeah, I've had that happen. AI here.
Oh, you can add a suicide knob to the steering wheel. Awesome.
Yeah, I've got one on mine.
It's just for looks.
Oh yeah.
It does nothing but look cool. 99% of all the stuff in this game is just for looks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I cannot add the heavy hauler rack on the back of mine yet.
Yeah, you gotta be, I think, I couldn't get it until like level 22, I think.
Yeah. But I got the push bar on the front of mine.
Yeah, I had the push bar, and then I changed bumpers, and now I can't get my push bar back. I'm kind of irritated.
I now own a truck. After I spent time messing with it.
That's okay. I like messing with things.
Let's find a new.
Yeah, I made it look real nice, and it's got this. It's called a wine red, but it really reminds me of that Mopar garnet red.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Go straight.
when I have to slow down, I was booking it just fine.
Mm-hmm. Wow, there's a lot of parking here.
Okay, where do you want me to go?
That's not what I wanted. It's all gone wrong.
Oh, you want me to exit? Okay.
Or number pad enter. Or A. Let's go A. You went to grab a coffee. How do I start this thing?
Start what?
Aha! Throttle.
Throttle.
Yeah. Speedy.
Y to disengage. Why did not disengage? Why raised and lowered my wheels? Fine, I'll hit the spacebar.
Alright, if my wheels are down or not. Well, they're remote running, so. Well, it can't has to be down because it's a 4-wheel drive, or yeah, 6x4. So it has to be down.
It's six-wheel drive.
More important
What's that?
question is six-wheel steer?
Well, the two front ones steer, but two underneath the rig doesn't steer. You stupid truck! I come up to him and he brakes.
Yep.
I'm gonna have to find rest stop here pretty soon.
I just did. I just took my break.
Yeah, I know.
What I really need is a repair center to fix my truck, because I'm starting to get the gear grinding sound.
Ooh.
Blame it on the rain. Why am I singing Prince? Get out of my head, Prince.
There we go. There's the picture of the truck.
Aw, ain't that purty?
Now I gotta get off of this radio station because Bill. Ah. Yeah, I am on Hammerhead Radio. Why?
Oh, you want to race, do ya?
I'm gonna go grab dinner from upstairs real quick.
I'll look at his burning truck later. I'm driving.
I'm driving like a madman, and you can't stop me. Unless I hit a big wall.
Don't hit the big wall. America finest.
Yay, more income.
I like their ads around here. America finest. Coming up on Camp Cordell.
America found us doing what?
I don't
Nobody can pass me if I'm driving down the center of the road.
know. Man, who gave you your license?
License? No, I found this in the Cracker Jack box, man.
Oh, okay.
It said license to drive. Good in all state USA.
Excellent. Ooh, that's pretty Kenworth. That is pretty Kenworth.
Just make sure you tell them you don't subscribe to their contract. You are not a corporation.
I'm not a corporation. Whoa! Keep the eyes on the road, boys. Keep the eyes on the road.
Plausible deniability.
Man, these S-curves are killing me.
Where am I at here?
I don't know. I got 500
Just
miles.
passing Twin Falls.
Nice.
791 miles.
Nice. I got 550.
Dant for Pedro.
Are you just on the west side or east side of Colorado you're going to?
It's pretty much central Colorado.
Central. Okay.
Colorado Springs is there, almost smack dab in the middle of the state.
That's right. It is, isn't it?
Yeah, because you
I had
got
to go through it when I came east, man.
most likely because it's like the last major city before you have to go up over the Rockies. The majority of Colorado is all mountains. So
Middle of Colorado, I had to because of the winter time. They had 80 shut down.
yeah,
So I had to go. I had to turn south. And
yeah, go down to the 70 and come across the 70.
Yeah. Well, I went south and then east again. I don't know where, but we were still in Colorado. I think we were in Colorado. But yeah, and then we went back up and hit 80 again. I'm not quite sure how, but it was kind of a round trip.
Oh, you may have gone.
We went through a fort down there in Colorado.
Fort Collins?
Yeah, we went down to around Fort Collins. Oh, exit. So, because 80, they had closed that day.
No sticks.
That's okay. They closed 80 through most of Wyoming. So.
They usually do when it snows.
No, what it was is 80 was closed in Wyoming, and we had to go down
Through Colorado, yeah.
Colorado. That's what it was. Yes. Something I don't remember. It's been a couple of years now. It's been a couple of years now. Wow. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Construction site, and everybody decided to stop so we could. So we go down to one lane traffic because no, it's a wreck. Haha, that load fell over. Someone rolled a log, trailer.
£84,727.
Wow. And it's raining.
Well, it's raining where you're at, too?
Yep. Wow, I just got a chill up my spine.
Huh. I wonder why. Something bad's gonna happen tomorrow.
No, was it the fan blowing? For some reason, it just blew right, and it just went right up my spine.
Oh, you got the fan blowing up your skirt, huh?
Yep.
Blame it on the rain. See, now I can sing Prince, because it's actually raining.
Yep. Okay, I need to find a rest area. I am yawning. I think I still get one more transmission to make this thing a little better. But it unlocks at 20. Let's see. I am plugging it, man.
Whoa, what happened there? My engine shut. Oh, well, because I'm damaged. Of course my engine shut off. Hey, there's a plane down on the road here.
I've seen that before. First time I saw it, I'm like, what the crap?
Alright. Sorry, truck. Didn't mean to get in your way. I'm just not paying attention to the road, and it's raining, and I'm just being an all-around jerk, so yeah.
still yawning, man. Where's this pullover for? Coming up. I need to exit here. So you sleep.
Nah, sleep's overrated.
Not when I'm red.
Tremont, 37 miles. Booyah. Alright, I need to find a place where I can fix my truck. There's a place up here in Tremont I can check out.
I'm gonna run to the stop sign because somebody's coming. I don't need gas.
Tremont exit 40.
Come on, turn green, turn green, turn green, turn green. Ah, you turned green, thank you.
Go straight.
I don't need any fuel. I'm still more than half the fuel up. Halfway through my run, so come on, tell me that. Oh, dang it! Going too fast. I noticed it. Ran through my E. I'm crying.
Alright, come on. Almost there. I see the repair center.
Show me my E. Show me my E.
Give me an E. Give me an A. Give me an E. E. A.
Grab the cup of coffee.
I gotta go grab a cup of coffee. You gotta say it right, see? Coffee.
Oh, I know you keep telling me that. So. Okay. Whoa. Hit the throttle instead of the brake. Didn't work.
He looks like he's closing up for the day. Alright, let me go grab some fuel since I got my trailer disconnected.
Oh, you made your stop?
Nope, I actually stopped, found a spot where I could decouple my trailer, and I went and got my truck repaired, and now I'm getting myself some gas.
I didn't know you can decouple it if you're still trying to deliver it. See, I learned something new.
I didn't know it either until it happened to me in the middle of the road when I went to press a button. And it said trailer decoupled, and I went, oh, really? So, I mean, it makes total sense.
Going going to the petrified national
It's
forest.
gonna make it like a million billion times easier to get gas if I don't have to haul a trailer everywhere.
No kidding. Eh, run that speed, baby. Run that speed. Really? What is a wreck in front of me? Yeah.
Yep.
Just got up to speed and now it's a wreck. St. John's Bluff.
Better than St. John's Wort.
Man, I swear I'm hearing something.
You're hearing the sound of the beautiful engine of your Kenworth.
Probably.
Finding solution.
Yeah, I figured since I'm repairing this beast, I may as well get some gas while I'm here. Not that I needed it, but
Yeah. I just got
it was Idaho and it was cheap, so...
well, yeah.
Stay left, and then turn left.
Gas prices may drop a few more cents here pretty soon.
Turn left.
I said may.
Okay, if I press all the way down on my D-pad, my horn honks. But I don't know how to get my semi-horn to honk. My air horn to honk.
Is that a different button than the
Yeah,
regular one?
H is your horn, N is your air horn.
Oh. Okay. Hey, I can bypass the wait station. Woohoo! That's
Bam!
loud.
Ram into his tail end.
I missed it. I missed his tail end altogether. Because I am a good driver.
Wait, really?
Yep. At least I play one on the internet.
Okay, that makes more sense.
I am not a professional truck driver, but I play one on the internet.
It has me slowing down to 65. Like, cruising at 75 is really nice.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, this is a new road that I've never been on, so I'm discovering new towns. Does help turn on my headlights.
It does. Alright, all this traffic is stopping up here. Question is why? Probably because a lot of trucks are trying to get over for the port of entry. That would make sense.
Do you have to stop at port of entry?
I don't know, I haven't passed under the indicator yet. Yes.
Stay left.
Nice. Okay, now I can speed up to 875 again.
Yeah, I can gently apply brake now.
Never mind. I'll
Nice.
find a new route.
Yeah, the controller's the way to go with this game.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to switch my daughters. Get something
I-
that's a little more pink for her.
I've got a spare one if you want to borrow it. It's not pink, but
But she wants the pink one.
I wanted the pink one.
That's the last pink thing that she needs. Well, we need to cover monitor codes too, but yeah, she's.
With a full tank of gas, my load is exactly 85,300 pounds. I wonder if this is going to take me up through Wyoming or if it's going to have me wind down through Vernal.
Stay right, then exit right.
I just know my wife said she does not want a daughter that likes
Exit
that
right.
favorite color is pink. That's what she got. I don't know. Vernal, I don't. It may go take you through Vernal.
It's taking me up past the 84.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're going up there, all the way up through there, around Rockport and all that sort of stuff. Hooking into the 80 that way.
Interesting.
Or not Rockport, sorry, Echo Reservoir.
Oh, okay, that makes more sense.
I haven't been up this 84 yet.
Nice. You're discovering new ground just like I am.
Yep. I get to go through the tunnel up here, though.
Cool. I like tunnels. I haven't done very much with Arizona. Even when I was my other profile, I didn't do very much with
Yeah.
Arizona. Mostly Cali and Nevada. Slow down, you're coming to a town.
Easy.
Okay, when can I speed back up? Oh.
Got me up here fast, didn't it?
Okay.
I always remember that canyon being an awful lot longer.
Because it is awful lot longer in real life.
Hey, now, I was told that this was a real-life simulator.
They lied.
They can't put anything on the internet that's not true. Are you saying they lied about being able to put stuff on the internet that's not true?
No, I'm just saying that the internet is a lie.
Oh, the internet's a lie. I'll buy that.
Oh, I discovered Albuquerque.
So what you're saying is all the big, beautiful models on the internet aren't real?
Yes. Not in their current configuration.
Not in their current configuration. Oh, that was classic. That was classic. Evanston, port of entry.
Stay left,
No, I think he fell asleep. I think he decided, you know what, I'm just going to lay down here on this nice soft bed. Have it become my own.
I believe that.
I don't want to go to Harrison Boulevard. Parking brake engaged. What? I must have tapped my keyboard when I leaned forward. Totally illegal fireworks. Guess where I'm at? Evanston.
Yep.
If it weren't for Evanston, you'd never get fireworks.
Yep.
You know you can buy fireworks in Evanston year-round?
Yep.
Do you know how many people take advantage of that?
Quite a few.
I didn't know of a single person who did. I told a lot of people that, and they're like, really? I'm going to take advantage of that. Yeah, nobody ever took advantage of it.
I knew someone who did.
Really? Good for them.
They'd go up there like, one or two times during the summer, pick up or during the winter too, pick up fireworks, just kind of go up, spend 20, 50 bucks.
Okay,
you know.
during the summer in July and during the winter just before New Year's. Got it. See, that's not taking advantage of it year-round, dude. You can get fireworks in July and fireworks before New Year's in Utah.
No, they'd go up about every other month or two and spend 20, 50 bucks on fireworks, and then on the 4th they would have like a huge pile of fireworks. Because they didn't want to spend all $3,000 all at once for the 4th. But yeah, I knew you couldn't do it. I stopped at a fireworks stand before up in Wyoming.
Wise omens.
Why is that light flashing? Oh, because Cecil pulled over someone who was on the side of the road. Sharp turn. Why am I only doing 65 and still passing everybody when it's speed limit 75?
I don't know. Maybe because your truck is faster than theirs.
No, these are cars, man.
Alright, maybe because your truck's faster than their cars.
I discover a new viewpoint. What's the point of these viewpoints?
Just, it gives you a little bit of history of the area and what's going on, and makes it look real pretty, like you actually get out of your truck and enjoy the scenery. I think they should actually have real life views of that area, is what I think they should do with it.
That would be cool, man.
I think it would be awesome. No, I think genuinely it would be very, very nice to actually see what that spot looks like, right?
In real life, yeah.
I mean, that's what I first thought it was when I first saw it. I'm like, oh, sweet. Did they actually... But no, it's just them moving the camera around in their terrain, and I was like, oh, well, that's kind of lame. Here comes my tunnel. Gotta do 65.
I am 77 miles from my destination.
I am 449.
Are you running a single trailer or
Yeah, it's just a single trailer.
Okay. I'm okay.
I've hit traffic.
That guardrail came up awful fast that I was able to miss.
Did a guardrail come up and give you a hug?
No, it did not give me a hug. I missed it by that much.
I just discovered Rock Springs.
Nice.
That's where we were stranded. We spent 3 days in Rock Springs, Wyoming.
Because of the snow.
Because of Chateau Le Driftwood. Part of it was the snow. The motorhome had tossed a belt and locked up the hydraulic pump, so our brakes locked up, and we needed to have it towed into a shop, which I'm glad I had AAA for that. And then it was going to take them 3 days to get all the parts they needed because they didn't have the right belts for that engine. And then they got the belts and stuff on. We were there for 3 days waiting for that mess.
Hey, you had a lot more trouble than I did.
Yeah. I like the Chateau Le Driftwood, though. I wish it would have made it all the way here. The Chateau Le Driftwood was pretty sweet.
The engine just wasn't put together.
Well, I don't think that was it. I think actually it had either a bent crankshaft pulley or a bent water pump pulley because it kept tossing belts. No matter how tight they put those things on there, it would just toss belts. So
You gotta exit.
no, I don't.
I do because I missed my other exit. Should have exited, which I did. So I have to go back one exit.
Oh, hey, easy there, girl. I got a little too hard into the controller.
If one of these exits are right.
Ooh,
It's off and
dang
one
it.
gets off.
I should have taken the opportunity to stop off there and rest up. Dang it.
Sorry, dude.
Stay left.
Ah. Oh. Okay, well, I guess I'm going to go through that four-way.
Rollins.
I need to take a left at the stoplight. Left at the stoplight, man. Whoa! I said stop at the stoplight. Do I have my clicker? I gotta have my clicker on. My clicker's on.
I love how you call it the clicker.
It clicks. It goes.
I've always known it as the turn signal.
I thought my retardation is active.
Retardation. You're retarder, not retardation. My gosh.
You call it what you want, I'll call it what I want.
I'll accept the clicker thing, but
The retarder.
I have never heard a part on a car called a retardation. Whew.
What? Stupid car.
I-80 closed. Exit must traffic.
Why is I-80 closed?
It's not. It's just when it's closed during winter. They have their signs up.
Oh. It's like, game actually closes I-80?
It would be pretty cool. I think if there's snow, it does close it, and you have to do the detour. We're going into Laramie. But I haven't seen snow in this game yet, so
I haven't either. That's the reason why I questioned your whole thing.
I love how that car got over, slowed me down to 60 miles an hour, and then sped up. Slowed me down just enough so I couldn't pass the other trucks.
They keep saying my retarder is active and has to get deactivated.
Semicolon, I believe it is.
Yeah, it is. Firm up,
Oh, I need to... I've got to get off here because I have got to sleep. Boy, there's a lot of places to sleep here. Those are some big truck stops.
Never mind. I'll find a new route.
Diesel 503. That's actually pretty good.
That is not bad.
Go straight.
Where do you want me to put this? Oh yeah, you want me to put that clear over there. Why does it keep telling me the info that it's on? Never did it on the other track.
Recomputing. Make a U-turn.
I'm not going to make a U-turn. I'm going to come down here. I'm going to sleep. Then I'm going to get back on the road. You can't tell me what to do. You're not my real dad.
Well, yes I am. Oh. Okay, come on. Do that. Boogity, boogity, swing, man.
Oogity boogity.
Oh, no, no. Stop, stop, stop. Okay. Drain back out. Stop. Reverse. Straight it out. Trailer straight. Trailer straight. Straight, straight.
I'm going to have to back...
Gotta back out where you're at.
Okay, this is probably the worst spot for me to do this at because that E is so small. I don't know which one it wants me to...
Nice. I got level 20.
You went and grabbed a coffee. Ah, this won't be that bad.
Driver. Recruitment. I want to hire a driver. Let's see.
All right.
My new driver's name is Robo.
Nice. RoboCop?
Robo P. I don't know why he P, but he, you know.
You sure it's not Roberto?
ROBO.
That is interesting. Robbo?
Turn right.
Something like that. Holy crap! I just looked how much money I had. I'm like, holy crap, where did we get that money from?
Because you've been running loads.
I know, but, you know,
I am still on the same load. How many loads have you done?
one.
I am still on the same load I was on when we jumped on Discord. I've got 4 hours and 30 minutes, 267 miles. Will protect your savings. America owned. See why.
I will take your trash out.
I'm actually pretty impressed with this Steam controller. It works pretty good. See, look, Steam controller.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, I am going to, I'll be back just a minute.
I don't think you'll be Bach.
I'll be back.
You might be Rachmaninoff, but not Bach.
Okay, I'll be back.
I can actually drink and drive with this controller. Falling down a mountain, here I go. This is all looking familiar. It's 9 o'clock. Go away. Go away. Go away.
Stay right, and then exit right. Exit right. Stay left.
Fort Collins, here we go. I might only get one load in on this thing. I so wish I could type in Discord right now. It's a lonely, lonely road.
Stay
Said
left.
said something about way station.
Stay left.
That was close.
Finding new route.
He's rolling. Exploiting it.
Alright.
You're back again.
I am.
I just had to make a stop at another way station. There are little birdies flying across the sky there. Yeah, I'm rolling through Fort Collins right now.
Yeah, I see you kind of in
Well, I still haven't even gotten into Colorado Springs yet, so
I know.
I-
I'm trying to plan the next route, dude.
a lot of it's gonna depend on what load I can get from Colorado Springs. So, I you're in Arizona, right?
Right. I was, yeah. Want me wait till you get your load?
Yeah. Why don't you find a couple of short runs that you can do there in Arizona, just so you can continue to have money coming in.
Ooh, that's a long run, but that is a money-making run. $70,000. That is
That would be a good run. Where's that one going to?
Bakersfield. It's a little farther than what I wanted to go.
Yeah. Grand Junction. Grand Junction, Colorado. Highway 76. I am 95 miles out.
97,000 clear, but going clear up to Washington from New Mexico. But I need a.
I guess I'm going through.
To Santa Fe yet. It's only 5,000 miles.
I thought you didn't have New Mexico.
No, I have New Mexico. I'm in New Mexico right now.
Oh. Because I asked the other day if you had New Mexico and you said no, because there was a repair station up in New Mexico. Which is why we didn't go that way.
Okay, well,
Ooh.
I've got one for Provo that it doesn't pay very much, only 16, but
That's quite a run, though, between... Well, I mean, it's still Utah, so...
yeah.
I've just got to look for something in Utah, Arizona, or New Mexico, I guess.
Yeah, so we're there. How many miles to your destination?
62. So, like, maybe another 10 minutes.
Okay. Let me go fill up and get sleep.
Stay left.
We are rolling through Denver.
Hey, Mac. Go easy, Mac.
27 miles to Colorado Springs discovered. 25 miles. 24. 22. 21. 20. Looks like it's not this exit, but the next exit.
Stay right, and then exit right. Exit right.
I think it's
6
one of
mi.
those
Sorry, go ahead. One of those what?
towns that have the stop sign sideways instead of up and down.
Nice. 3 miles.
3 miles and you have to deliver. Oh, then you gotta fill up too, don't you? And
Yeah, I mean, I'm at half a tank, so.
I just figure I might as well do it while I'm.
Yeah, if you're bobtailing it, for sure.
Okay, this is a.
Stay left, and then turn left. Turn left.
That is either an air base or an Air Force museum, probably a combination of both.
At the roundabout, take the second exit.
Second exit of the roundabout.
Exit down.
Oh,
Get ready to turn left.
Ready to turn left.
Turn left. You have arrived at your destination. Your route guidance is now finished.
Oh, they're going to want it probably right back here in this tiny little corner. Oh no, they're going to want it right there. We could probably do that. I don't think that's going to be that hard.
come on. Let me go. Thank you. Glad I don't have to pull trailers for this. Oh, come on. I turned the wrong direction. Went into the car gas spot, not the truck gas spot.
I've done that a time or two.
It's like, really? Let's see.
Now, literally just straight back.
Grab the cup of coffee.
Ha ha ha!
Excellent.
Satisfactory because of all the trailer damage. Yep, damage penalty. God, 10 grand on that damage penalty. Ouch!
Yeah, that is an ouch. Alright.
Alright, where are you at? Where are you going to?
I'm in the Tuca, whatever. I have not picked the route yet.
Okay.
So,
Well, I've got one that goes to Tucson, Arizona from Colorado Springs. I've got one that goes to St. George, Utah from Colorado Springs. I've got one that goes to Clifton, Arizona. I've got one that goes to Gallup, New Mexico. Actually, I've got 2 loads that'll go to Gallup, New Mexico. So what's going to be better? Arizona St. George, or New Mexico?
let's see. I can do a short run to. Well, that's a quick jobs. I don't want quick jobs. Alright, I can go from
My top
Michigan.
my top money maker is Tucson, Arizona.
Tucson is. Where is Tucson? I can meet you I can go to Camp Verda. Yeah, let's go to Camp Verda in Arizona. Let's go to Arizona.
Okay,
I have one to Camp Verda, which is below Flagstaff.
Okay, Tucson. Okay, Camp Verda's there. Tucson's there. Yeah, I could go to Tucson if you want to go to Camp Verda, and we can meet in Phoenix. How does that sound?
That's good. Yeah, this one is 35 for me, so it's going to be a good money maker.
Okay.
So,
This one's 43, so
yeah,
Let's go.
I understand.
my trailer disappeared.
I gotta go get it. That's a good
Turn right.
that's a good meetup.
Yeah, I like this plan. I like this plan so much. I'm proud to be a part of it.
At the roundabout, take the first exit. Exit down. Stay right, and then turn right. Turn right.
Oops.
Did I just go through a gas station to bypass a stoplight?
Seems like it. A few more tests just to be sure.
Alright. I gotta want to make sure that it, you know.
Go straight.
Did they say anything about the ones with the fourth axle? If they run the exact same, they can run more weight, can't they?
You'd have to look and see what it is. I don't think they do. I think, well, I think they do give you a little bit more weight, but your hill climb is reduced and your maneuverability is reduced.
Yeah, okay.
So,
I can see what you're saying. That was
Stay
50,000,
right,
man.
then
That
turn
would have
left.
been cool, but back. I'll just take this
Turn
one
right.
to Arizona like we've already planned. So, oh, that's a heavy
Stay
boy,
left.
too.
ooh, it won't let me go that way, will it? Adia, can you run Polly out again,
Stay
please?
right, and then turn left.
She's telling me it's time to go to bed, is what she's telling me.
Turn left.
Adia, can you run Polly back out, please?
Go straight.
I'm just running stoplights like there's no tomorrow.
Okay. You got your load, right?
Not yet, I'm still driving to it. I got another...
Okay.
My gosh, where is this load? I thought it was supposed to be close to me, but... My gosh, this load's like 47 stinking miles away from me.
Okay. Well, I am rolling with my load right now.
I'm gonna drive halfway across the state to get it. It was supposed to be in the same city I was in.
Go straight.
Going straight. Don't care that there was a stoplight.
That retarder is starting to
Annoy you?
drive me nuts.
Stay left, and then turn left.
It wasn't before on the other truck. Showing that.
Was it an auto? Because the
It
one you
was.
have may be manual, so...
I thought it was the exact
Turn
same
left.
transmission.
I don't know. I don't know which transmission you got.
Yeah, it's okay. I have someone working it, boys. You know what? I am going to do a single turn, not a double turn.
Alright, idiot. She's really got to go out.
Yep. Which one? Polly or Ladybird?
Polly.
Polly, come on.
She shouldn't need a leash this late at night, so...
No, she's afraid of the dark.
No, it's just there's not much to distract her because it's too dark. She can't see it.
Turn left.
Gotta wait. That's a long boy. I've gotta watch that there. Hold on a second. Ooh, that's a long boy. This is one of those triple.
Triple
trailer-
axles.
Yeah, well, it has that extra trailer for the heavy loads on the front of it.
Mm.
So I have, you know, two, like what, 3, 6, 8 axles instead of the
It's
normal
raining.
6.
It's raining, so she doesn't want to do anything then, huh? That dog. Oh, the force feedback on this controller, man. Tucson, Arizona. 16,500 pounds. Backhoe loader. Wow. That's a load. 55,000 pounds. God, this backhoe's only 16. That's gonna be a lightweight. I can't go. Well, maybe I can go that way. I don't think I was supposed to go this way, but
Okay, here we go.
here we go. Rolling, rolling, rolling. 879 miles. Ooh, there is a spot over there where I can rest. Maybe I should go do that real quick.
Okay.
I'm surprised y'all are still on.
I'm surprised you haven't been sitting here with us.
I went up to eat dinner and trying not to fall asleep.
See, I told you he decided that his bed looked more comfortable.
I thought you were right, so.
You went and grabbed a coffee.
Never mind. I'll find finding the route.
There, I'm all rested up. I am ready for this 879 miles.
Get ready to turn left. Turn left.
You got any more donations though?
No, it wasn't a real donation. It was someone screwing around.
Get ready to
Yeah.
mean, I've got a donation system set up, and it never looked right when it came in. I'm sitting there going, yeah, that's not a real donation.
Some people will just donate and then refund it back.
Yeah.
They are unsavory people.
Well, they do it to have their name called out and get all the clout and blah, 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 and so... Well, Polly, I don't know what to do. You didn't want to go out. It's not my fault it's raining. Dang it.
Did you crash?
Yes, because I looked down at my dog. I did it at the worst spot on a hill that I could. I can't take you. I can't pause. You're either going to have to let Adia take you out and you go deal with the rain, or you sit there and deal with it. How much trailer damage did it take? Of course there's trailer damage. Why wouldn't there be?
Stay right. Turn right.
Justin shows my whole car go up, but yeah, that one is great.
Falling down a mountain, looking at a tree. I think everybody's gonna be mad at me. Falling down a mountain, looking at a tree. I'm gonna have to stop and take you out, aren't I?
Was he just refusing to let me take her out?
What?
I already took her out. I stood out there and let her stand out there for like 5 minutes already.
I know, but she's pestering me because she wants me to take her out. You said it was raining and she didn't want to do anything, so...
Yep.
I think she thinks that I'm gonna go out there and the rain's gonna magically stop. You are saying it's bedtime though, too, huh? That's what this dog does. Alright. No! You're causing me problems, dog. Why did you...
I think that's more traffic than the dog.
That one was definitely more traffic than it was a dog. Alright, I'm gonna pull over right here. That's a bad spot to pull over because that's a gorge.
Stay left.
Alright, we're gonna stop right here. Alright, I'll be right back. Hold on a second, guys.
Alright.
also wonder where this AI comes from stopping right dead in front of you.
No idea.
All right, here we go. I don't know what it is, man. That dog.
Have to have an umbrella for her.
She had to have me out there. I don't know what it was, man.
Oh.
Pueblo, Colorado discovered.
Nice.
You know, this is actually the first time I've been in Colorado since I got the DLC.
Cool.
Because every time I've gone to play, I've played with you guys, and none of you guys have Colorado, so I haven't been able to come here.
Well, I'm sorry.
Well, you know, I blame you.
Stay left.
You did.
Le Juanita.
When it goes back on sale, I will get you.
Oh, you don't have to do that for little old me.
Oh man.
Oh, yes, little.
It's that other one that we've got problems with.
Well, it depends on how much you enjoy it. You need to catch yourself. In some of the states that I got for like $30, you know.
Kurt actually likes your Kenworth there, Devin.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, she's real pretty.
He doesn't like my Peterbilt.
Entirely based.
Yep.
Biased. You know how it is.
And my dad drove mostly Kenworth when he truck.
My dad drove mostly Buicks. No, the majority of vehicles he had were all Buicks.
Oh, you're not the one that. For some reason, I thought that someone you knew drove was in the dealership for Dodge for.
Oh no, I actually grew up with Steve Hinckley. Of his dad was the owner of Hinckley Dodge.
That's where I heard where you.
Yeah.
Okay, they just put signs up says it's 65 when I'm going 65 because that's what the speed limit before that sign that was said 65.
I found if you don't drive on the road, you can go whatever speed you want.
I'll just go cross country there, yeah.
Well, if you drive on the shoulder, it takes the speed limit away, and then you're not speeding anymore.
Sure.
Stay left.
360 miles away from my destination.
I am 712.
286 just to go pick up my load.
I had to go 55 miles just to get my load.
I'm getting paid $13,000 to haul dynamite, so
Ba-boom. You can bypass the way station. Well, thank you very much, because I'm doing 76 miles an hour. I'm in New Mexico.
See how much with this load I can get my speed up to.
New Mexico. You make it go, New Mexico. Ratting.
Ooh, I see where you are, dude.
And I'm heading to Tucson.
Which route are they taking you? Straight down 25 there and going to hit 40?
Yeah, down 2540, and then probably into probably through some back roads into Tucson, because I don't think there's a direct highway into Tucson. At least in this game, there's no direct highway.
Whoa! All of a sudden I'm doing 80 miles an hour and not paying attention.
It happens. New Mexico.
Albuquerque.
Did you make the left turn?
No, I didn't. I went straight through.
You're gonna get lost, man. You gotta make that left turn at Albuquerque.
I know.
Screws you up every single time.
alright, Bugs Bunny.
That's where the 25 kind of routes you to is Albuquerque.
Yeah, pretty much.
You know, was that like an inside joke or something like that? With Looney Tunes?
You know, I'm not exactly sure what the history is from it. I just think that Mel Blanc liked to say the word Albuquerque.
Yeah, that's fair.
I've gotten so many construction,
Zones?
areas, zones.
Well, you are driving through Utah, so.
No, I'm not. I'm
Oh.
going through Arizona.
Well, Arizona's just as bad as Utah.
Not Arizona, but New Mexico.
Oh.
Whatever,
Quit changing states on me!
Well, I've never been to New Mexico, man. This is the first time I went into New Mexico.
Sounds like a you problem.
It is.
I'm coming into Santa Fe.
Yes, you are. I got the map overlay in front of me.
Yeah. I try and drive like that, but sometimes it's a little difficult. I can't see you on the map. I don't know. Oh, I can see you. There you are. You're going into Gallup right now.
Yep, I am.
Man. Too bad I can't just follow you.
So I get to bypass the way station, but I have to inspect for agricultural. Really?
I just blow right through that.
I don't even have a load, dude.
Really? You don't even have a load?
It
No.
it doesn't matter. Every vehicle going into California is subject to search for agricultural products. If you bought bananas at the convenience store before you go in, you have to throw them in the trash if you go through that agricultural checkpoint.
That's stupid. I'm sorry. California just need. Yeah.
Well, you know, they can't have any invasive insects getting into their vineyards and their orange groves and apple groves, and they do have some of the largest produce and fruit farms in the nation there. So,
Yeah, but they're a little paranoid.
well,
They're broke, but that's a whole
i-
different story.
if you do the research as to why that's even there, research California and gypsy moths, and you'll understand why they have those now.
Well, I mean, I understand. It's one of the reasons why we have trouble growing bananas here is because of a disease that's carried with one of our local fauna that just murders bananas.
No, we have problems growing bananas here because we get down to freezing temperatures.
Yep.
That's true.
That's why we have a problem growing bananas here.
Well, there is also a disease that like murders bananas. So
And there is no such thing as a true banana anymore. So,
no.
because the
Just a banana.
bananas we know is not a true banana. A true banana is purple.
Right. The bananas we have now are genetically fortified against that disease.
And bananas don't grow on trees. They grow on bushes.
You know, technically a banana is a nut.
No, that's the reason why it's called banana nut.
Because technically inside the peel is the nut of the banana. It just happens to be soft and squidgy.
And strawberry isn't a fruit either. If you
Well, it's a berry, so...
Hey, look, I can bypass the wake station. I don't know why, because I'm hauling a heavy load. But, okay.
I'm down to 549 miles and 9 hours and 13 minutes before I get to my destination. And apparently that car that was doing 75 now wants to do 77 and try and pass me up.
Well, I am now in Arizona. And I've got 20.
I just pushed a car right off the road because I was coming up behind it and I moved over into the other lane. And then it instantly decided, I'm going to move over into that lane too. And I hit his back end, spun him around 4 times, and he disappeared behind me.
Did it give you a ticket for hitting me?
Nope. Did 8% damage to my truck, though.
Did Adia tell you about racing last night, by the way?
What racing?
At Bowman Gray.
Bowman Gray?
Last night.
What happened last night? You guys are street racing?
Yeah.
Of course she told me. You don't think she'd tell me?
Well, she didn't tell me, man.
What part of it did you want to talk about?
Did she tell you about the freaking crashes in the the stock car races, dude? There were some
So,
freaking flaring.
were you expecting to go to the races and not see any crashes?
No. It wasn't spinouts or like rubbing and racing. No. There was one of them where they restarted the race after a caution. The second place spun the leader out just as they crossed the line.
Uh-huh.
And he came back around and T-boned the living daylights out of the dude.
Uh-huh.
And they had
So you went to the races not expecting to see crashes, okay?
the last time I went to anything like that, that was years ago.
Okay.
Oh, there was a NASCAR driver that just got hit with a massive fine because it was on purpose spitting the next car out. Not
Yep.
even
But see, that's the difference between the amateur division, which is what they went and saw last night, And the
Oh,
Pro Division,
okay.
right?
Right.
Supposed to have that discipline.
Mhm.
I'm just confused how you say you went to the races and you weren't expecting any accidents. I don't.
I half time I watch NASCAR for the wreck,
That's why
not for
anybody watches it. They want to see a 60 car pile up and not be involved in it. That's the whole point behind it, right?
I also like watching the communication side of NASCAR. It's interesting listening to them.
No, Kel's favorite part was the monster trucks.
Yeah.
He loved the monster truck side of it.
It was really good, and it just it brought back a lot of memories because you just get that smell from
Hmm.
the fuel that they're running,
Yep.
and
Stay left.
I know it's gonna sound weird, but that's a smell that I've fallen in love with since a young age.
You know what that smell is?
No.
Raw unburned hydrocarbons.
Yeah, because one of them was running like a almost a 550-inch cubic inch block.
you want someone to have an electric vehicle, you know, monster truck.
Well, you know that's going to be the thing is when electric vehicles come out, the day of demolition derbies will come to an end
Yeah.
Yep.
because they
When they
won't.
banned all motors. Yeah.
Yep. Because it'll be too risky for fire.
Mhm.
That and when you release the magic smoke from a lithium battery into the atmosphere, it's actually more devastating to the atmosphere than a gasoline engine.
Yeah.
But we're not going to talk about that. We're not going to talk about how destructive lithium ion batteries are when they catch fire.
Or they're going to be stockpiled to Kingdom Come because they don't really know how to recycle them.
No, I think they'll probably work out a deal with Elon Musk to put them on all of his rockets and he'll just shoot them out into space.
Yeah, I am driving right into the sun, man.
I don't think they have roads for that, but okay.
Mm,
Here comes the sun. Da 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 da.
here it comes. I'm going to take a left here. Coming up.
How much fuel do I have left?
I don't know, but you should be getting up to Albuquerque. That was close.
Hey, look, Roswell.
How did I crash?
Oh, aliens.
Because Object A got in front of Object B, and you smashed it with Object C.
All I did is exit on the off ramp, and then I hit, it said you crashed. I don't know how you can hit cars and not get a ticket for it.
Did you clone
Oh yeah,
yourself, put yourself in a box, mail it to yourself, and hit it with a hammer?
yes. You must have all the fines turned off.
What? There's fines in this game?
Exactly. I knew you. I know you, Lenore.
I play this game for fun. I don't play it to sit there and be fined every 2.5 seconds because the game's AI is a moron.
Yeah. I think I may have to find that switch.
What switch?
The find switch.
It's under your options. You can change it right now. Change it on the fly.
Well, not when I'm driving, man. I've got to stop.
Never see another fine again.
I need to sleep.
I'm 357 miles away.
I have 45 miles. You need sleep.
I gotta make a big interchange here at La Cruza. Going to Interstate 10. Oh, yeah, that will take me straight into Tucson, won't it? Yeah, the 10 does run straight into Tucson. Man, this one was easy. This was all highway, man. What the heck? Polly is now mad that Ladybird is in the big bed, sleeping and snoring away. That is why Polly is yelping and complaining. She wants to go upstairs and lay in the big bed.
You know what? Sometimes it's just fun trying to meet up, you know?
Right? Trying to figure out the logistics so that you can find a common spot to meet up. The kicker about it is, we're gonna meet up and then have to sign off because we all gotta go to bed.
Yeah, I've got work.
Yep.
I'm gonna get to my load destination, pick it up, and have to sign off.
Yeah, it's pretty much where I'm gonna be. I'm gonna get into Tucson and it's gonna be, can we even meet up? Do we still want to meet up in Phoenix?
I don't know. We'll see where I can go from here.
Because I think Phoenix is only gonna be about a 15-minute drive for me from Tucson.
I don't know where it is from where I'm at.
Yeah, Kenworth does not turn very well at 85 miles an hour.
None of them do.
Depends on how sharp you're turning.
Not very sharp, but still understeer is a massive issue.
Okay, car, you better pass me because I'm coming up on some slow-moving cars and I'm coming over one way or another.
I'm 3 miles, 2 miles from my destination.
290.
No mile. Want me to turn here? Fine, I'll turn here. It doesn't make sense to me. Because there's an
Stay
S
right,
curve here.
then exit right.
Turn and another Z-turn down here.
Exit right.
So they're easy turns is what you're saying?
No, they're just 90-degree turns with this long, dumb trailer.
La Cruza discovered.
Turn right.
Slow, okay, turn. Really? Stop. Okay, turn.
I wonder if I should stop and get gas.
I need sleep.
I should probably get some gas.
Go straight.
Okay. I'm here. Come on. Come on. Don't stop before that stupid green marker. Where should I slice it? Because I ain't going to try to park this thing.
Oops. $5.03 for diesel. $165 gallons. Nice.
Turn left. Turn left.
Come on. Me. Oh, I still have to move up a little bit. Decouple. Excellent.
Go straight.
My gosh, Polly, give it a rest.
Stay right, and then turn right.
Go to the 10.
Turn right.
All right, here we go. I'm going to take the inside track because there's nobody there.
Go straight.
Nobody turn in front of me. I'm coming through. He turned in front of me. Yeah, I gotta make this the last run because this dog is going to explode if I sit here any longer. Well, we can't go to El Paso, Texas yet. But El Paso's coming. You know I drive around with my bright lights on all the time?
There's Tucson. I don't have anything close to going back down to Phoenix, so.
Well, why don't you just free drive it down there?
Alright, good.
I am 248 miles outside of Tucson.
I am 198. So. Would be a good meetup, you know, so.
There is nothing that takes you down into Phoenix. I find that hard to believe. There's always stuff going to Phoenix. Okay, I don't know what you want then, dog, because I try and touch you, and you don't want me to touch you. I had to pass a truck that wasn't doing 76 miles an hour. Construction zone snuck up on me, and I had to crash into you. How much damage did I take? 11. Wow.
Where is this
Non.
ticket thing?
Oh my gosh. Okay. Go under options,
Under gameplay.
I
Gameplay.
did that.
and then under gameplay it should say fines
No, it'll say.
or penalties or something like that.
It'll go game settings and it's under traffic offense. You can also disable the fatigue simulation under there as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Man, I'll never sleep again.
Are you turning that off?
Alright, I'm getting tired of this. I'm cranking this thing up to 97 miles an hour.
Okay, I have no ticket.
I'm tired of all these guys just pussyfooting around here. I'm not even going to stop for this way station if it wants me to pull into it. Tired of it. I want to get this thing done so I can call it a night and go to bed. Getting grumpy. What?
No, she's being grumpy.
Pull into the way station. Screw you, Sabu.
Okay, grab my coffee.
Go straight.
Whoa, I think I caught a little bit of air on that one. I haven't yawned yet, so I'm not quite tired enough. That's going to be about the only thing that gets me to stop here. Is being tired. And even then, I'm going to run it as long as I can, especially if I'm down to like my last 20 miles. And I have to go red. What? I know! I know you exist!
Okay. Look how fast I can get this truck up going.
I could probably go faster than 90, but...
Well, you want to stay in control.
Yeah.
Go straight.
Don't. Polly, don't.
Wow, 104, man.
Polly, stop! Stop! Dang it.
She is
She is getting downright insistent. Ooh, ooh. Wiggle, waggle, wiggle. 57 miles outside. I haven't yawned yet. I'm at 90 miles an hour.
Still 106.
I'm only up to 80.
I don't think this dog's gonna let me drive into Phoenix.
Go swift.
Alright, my first yawn. I'm officially tired.
Nice.
But I'm 32 miles outside of Tucson. So I think I can make it.
Stay left.
100 miles out of Tucson.
Stay right. Then exit right.
Coming up on my exit. I've been down this road before. Oh, maybe not.
Exit right.
Yeah, I haven't been down this road yet.
Turn left.
Okay.
What's this truck waiting on?
Christmas.
Man. Wasting all my sleep time on this stinking truck that's not moving here. Alright, screw you, Sabu. That semi-truck was just stuck there on the on-ramp.
That sucks.
It was just sitting there, not going anywhere.
Mm.
I hadn't even touched it. It was just sitting there.
I believe it. I believe it with this game.
Detour ahead slow. This thing, well, it can't detour. It has nowhere to detour me to. If it says this road is blocked off and I cannot drop my load off here. What the heck is going on here? You must be getting close to me, Don.
I am. Are you starting to get some shuddering?
Yep.
Oh. direction. Damn it.
Boy, I sure do wish it was daytime so I could see where the hell I'm going with this thing. I'm gonna have a real bad... Did I come in the wrong way? To skip parking? Okay, I'm just gonna skip parking. Alright. You gonna try and follow me down through here?
Well, that's if I just wrecked really badly, so it's like,
Because of the detour?
how did you get through the detour?
Yep, that's exactly it. How did I get through it? Oh, was there actually a different road to take here? New passage map updated. Oh. Interesting. I didn't see this in the dark. I guess this is the direction it wanted me to take, because I weaved it through all that construction.
Well, I just whipped through all the construction too, so. I can't drive in the dark, man. This is just.
Oh. Alright, I think we gotta go down here to this gas station and call it good.
Well, I got where you're dropping off your. You dropped off your load.
Yep. I'm going down a new passage here.
Yep, I just saw that.
I didn't know these were a thing in this game.
Neither did I.
Oh my gosh, I guess it really wanted me to go this way. This is a long, windy, roundabout way.
It is.
If this takes me back up to that detour sign.
It probably does, actually. Holy crap, this is a windy
Yeah,
road.
that's a very hard turn there, too. My gosh.
Well, that would have been hard to pull down a long
There is
vehicle.
a T here? How did I miss this T? Probably because it didn't show up on the map. And it's dark, right?
Yeah.
Yep, that's right where I entered at. I wonder how I totally overlooked it. That's the way they wanted me to go, I guess. Should have been some kind of arrow saying go that way, detour.
They would have.
Because I know I didn't see an arrow.
Neither did I.
Let's see here, where can I sleep here? Let's go this way.
I dropped my load off, parked my truck, so I'm dropping Cali.
Yep,
Yeah.
I'm going to get down here where I can sleep, and then I'm going to just call it, because...
I'll talk to you later.
Alrighty, we'll talk to you.
Bye.
Yes, I know I'm getting tired. That's why I'm trying to find a place to sleep. Oh, this is world headquarters. That doesn't help me.
No, it doesn't.
Wow, do we have to go clear down there by Galleon?
Yep.
Okay. I'm only.
Repair shop right there at Galleons too.
Yeah.
Dang, that's nice. I need the repair shop.
Me too. Awesome.
Why don't you repair while I sleep, and then we'll switch.
Yep.
Reverse, dude. Reverse.
You went to grab a coffee.
Repair.
All right. I think that's it for me.
Yeah, I think I'm to that point too.
All right.
You see my new truck?
I did see your new truck.
Isn't that kind of cool?
Yes. You went with the blue again, I see.
I like the blue. But I have lights on the top with the little red,
Me
little
too.
light.
Me too. All right, everybody. Thanks for joining. We'll see you later.